Hello YouTube. Today, or I should say over the course of the next several days, I'm going to be putting together a model of the RMS Titanic. And, wait a minute, ice cube, what's that doing here? Get that out of there. Okay. Anyway, this is made by Revell or Revell, and it says skill level 2, which means I am screwed. And before we get started, this isn't going to turn out to be some kind of masterpiece. Like if you're expecting some awesome model when I'm finished, then I'll save you the trouble and suggest one of these other videos over here. But if you want to stick with me and see how this monstrosity turns out, watch on. So let's see what we got inside. And I guess that's the finished product, by the way. Lots of little pieces and a book with some history of Titanic and instructions, of course. Thank you. I'll open these up and get a better look. Just all kinds of little teeny tiny pieces. What are these? Those look like the little lifeboats. Don't look like there's enough of them though. Half of the ship. The other half. I don't see any watertight doors. And more of the top part of the ship and a stand. Thank you. Finally a model with a stand. And more parts of the deck. And finally the last piece, parts of the deck. So I'm going to start painting and putting some of this together, and I will come back when I've made some progress. Iceberg right ahead! I am back. I worked on this just a couple hours each night over the course of a couple weeks, so I don't know how much time I actually have in it. But my problem is I start working on something and I'm going good and making progress, and then when I start getting into little tedious things, I just kind of lose interest, and it ended up taking me a lot longer than I thought it would or wanted it to. I showed you pretty much everything I did with it on the video, except for some little tedious things, such as those little things sticking up on the deck, those little pipes. And I will say this, the instructions clearly say put all that stuff on there before it's on the rest of the ship. But I thought, that's alright, I'll just put the main thing, I'll just put the ship together, and then I'll add those little pieces later. And those instructions are there for a reason, because it was way harder doing it that way. But I did eventually get it done. Not quite as detailed as I would like it to be, but it's good enough for me. So I'm just ready to move on to another project. Give you a little overview here. Fly over the bow. All in all, it was fun to do. I've never done a ship before, and it was a lot more time consuming than I thought it would be. But again, it was still fun, something to do. But time to move on to something else. Thank you for watching.